Okay, so let's proceed to more examples. So, pwede rin kasi, upon multiplication of radical expression, pwede yung multiplication natin mag-upgrade into this kind. Wherein, etong klase ng tanong na to is somehow similar to the algebraic expression na multiplication na ginagawa nyo dati. Pero, paano nga natin ulit sinasagutan itong given na to? Square root of 5 times the quantity square root of 10 times square root of square root of 10 minus square root of 15. So, gagamitin natin dyan yung distributive property. Distribute natin ito kay square root of 10 and then si square root of 5 kay square root of 15. So, paano natin siya sasagutan? First, let's multiply square root of 5 times square root of 10. It will give us the square root of 5 times 10. Next, we also have to distribute. Sulat muna natin. And then, distribute naman natin si square root of 5 kay square root of 15. Pero kung titignan nyo, sinama ko na si minus. Kasi, multiplying square root of 5 to this whole entire equation will give us negative expression. So, we'll now have negative square root of 5 times 15. So, in this case, kopyahin din natin yan. Lagay natin dito. Nakita nyo? Ayan yung magiging itsura ng buong expression natin after distributing square root of 5. Then after that, we just need to simplify by multiplying 5 times 10 and then 5 times 15, which will give us square root of 50 minus square root of 75. Bilis ni Raisa, may sagot na agad siya. Tingnan natin kung tama. Next, so square root of 50 minus square root of 75 is not yet the final answer because we have to still simplify this one. Now, what would be the factors of 50 that can be a perfect square? That could be 25 times 2. Then si 75 naman, ang factors niya is 25 times 3. Wherein 25 for both of them are the perfect squares. Yan, tama. Next, factor na natin sila. So we have now square root of 25 times 2 minus square root of 25 times 3. Then we just get the square root of both the 25. We just get them by making it 5 since 25 naman sila parehas. So ilalabas natin yung 5 sa kanilang dalawa. So it's gonna be 5 square root of 2 minus 5 square root of 3. Now I have a question to our class. Is it already the final answer or we can still combine both of them? They are not similar radicals. So they cannot be combined. In other words, they cannot be added or subtracted. That means this is already our final answer. Nilinlang ko lang kayo. Siyempre, pag nilagay ko dyan yung color green na background, alam nyo na final answer siya. Yun. So, tingnan natin palagi kung parehas yung index tsaka yung radicand. Doon lang tayo pwede mag-combine. Okay, next. Ito, parang number 5 lang ito, si number 6. The only difference is instead of distributing this square root of 3a to a binomial, ito, trinomial na sila. Tatlong terms, 1, 2, 3. Same process pa rin naman, distribute natin si square root of 3a for the three of them. So, sundan natin yung arrow, Yan, square root of 3a times square root of a will be square root of 3a times a. Sulat natin. Yan. Sundan nyo lang yung kulay. Ganun din naman yung magiging process niya. Next, distribute naman natin si square root of 3a. I-multiply natin siya kay plus square root of 3 or positive square root of 3. We'll now have positive square root of 3a times 3. Yan. Since positive siya, gawin natin siyang plus. Next, si square root of 3a naman, i-multiply natin kay negative square root of 3a. So in that case, dahil negative to, so magiging negative square root of 3a times 3a yung ating expression. So kapag sinulat natin yan, minus din siya. So we'll now have negative or minus square root of 3a times 3a. Ngayon, kung nalilito kayo, tignan nyo na lang yung kulay at kung paano siya dinistribute. Yung iba kasi ganito mag-distribute Yan, parang waves lang. Okay lang din naman. Yan, ginawa ko lang ganyan kasi para magkasya yung mga values nila. Anyway, kapag umabot na kayo dyan sa form na yan, all we need to do is to just multiply the given expression inside those radicals. So we have now 3a times a. This will be equal to 3a squared. And then 3a times 3. This will be 9a kasi diba 3 times 3. So, ito naman, 3a times 3a, this will be 9a squared. Tingnan natin kung tama. Yan. So, tama ba? 3a squared plus square root of 9a minus square root of 9a squared. So, tama siya. Ngayon, titigan natin, pwede pa ba tayo mag-simplify? This is a square root, so baka may perfect square dito or kung hindi naman perfect square, baka pwede tayo mag-factor. So, perfect square ito, si a squared. Pwede yan, matitira sa loob si 3. Perfect square to si 9, matitira sa loob si a. Perfect square si 9 tsaka si a squared. So, walang matitira dito sa part na to. So, kuhain na lang natin yung mga square root ng mga naka-highlight. Square root ni a squared is a. Square root ni 9 ay 3. And square root ni 9a squared is 3a. Kasi ang square root ni 9 ay 3. Ang square root ni a squared ay a. Kaya 3a yung square root ni 9a squared. So in this case, kung titignan nyo, matitira sa loob itong 3 tsaka yung a. So lalabas tong a dito. And dito naman yung 3 yung lalabas. Then dito, yung buong 3a yung lalabas. Therefore, walang matitira sa pinakadulo ng ating expression. So in this case, ito yung magiging itsura niya. Kung nakita nyo, nasa labas na si a tsaka itong 3. And then, ito wala na siyang radical sign dahil nakuha natin yung buong root niya. The question is this already the final answer? Answer yes if you think it's yes. Answer no if you think it's not yet the final answer. Yan. Sir, yes. Kasi kanina nilinlang mo kami. Walang highlight na green. Lalagyan mo rin yan mamaya. Kaya yes yung sagot namin. Yan. So, I think majority of us answered yes already. But Raisa, with a question mark, says no. Kasi ang malaking tanong lang naman dito, similar ba? Kasi kapag may similar expression, dun lang tayo pwede mag-add or subtract. Tingnan natin. So, alam natin na hindi sila pwede maging similar kasi this is already an algebraic expression and this is a radical expression. Yan. Ito lang yung possible, pero tignan natin kung similar sila. This is having square root of 3 and this is having square root of a. And they are not similar because this is having a, this is having 3. Magkaiba yung radicand nila. So, hindi natin sila pwede combine. In that case, once again, this is already in our final answer. Yan. Okay, so how about this one? If we have a distributive property, we have now a binomial times a binomial. Two terms sa two terms. Yan. So, in this case, hindi na tayo gagamit ng distributive property. Pero kung naaalala nyo pa si FOIL, naalala niyo pa ba si FOIL? And so FOIL, first daw muna, itong 3 square root of 3 times square root of 3. So we have square root of 3 times 3. Lagay na natin para hindi tayo malito. Next, yung outers daw, yung outer naman daw, itong square root of 3 tsaka itong negative square root of 2. So we have negative square root of 3 times 2. Kopyain na natin. And then inner, ito daw inner. So we have square root of 2 times square root of 3. We have positive square root of 2 times 3. And then lastly, we have tapos we have the last, di ba? Square root of 2 times negative square root of 2. Wait lang, lagay natin isa. Yan. So we have now negative square root of 2 times 2. Sulat natin. So yan yung magiging complete expression natin after natin gumamit ng FOIL. So dito sa baba, sa equation natin, simplify na lang natin to. So 3 times 3 is 9. Ito magiging 6. Ito magiging 2 times 3 is 6. Ito magiging 4. So lagay lang natin sa loob ng square root. Ito yung magiging itsura nila. Kopyahin lang nyo lang yung plus tsaka yung minus na operations. Now we have square root of 9 minus square root of 6 plus square root of 6 minus square root of 4. In this case, we just need to simplify this following expression. Yan. So square root of 9 will just be equal to 3. Then, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayo ditong negative 6 or negative square root of 6 plus 6 or plus the square root of 6. Yan. So, pag inad mo yan, 0 lang yan kasi parehas naman sila. Parang negative 1 plus 1 lang yan. Then, we have minus square root of 4 wherein square root of 4 is equal to 2. Don't forget na meron pa tayong minus dyan. So, it's gonna be negative 2. So, we just have to make it 3 minus 2. Our final answer, 1. Yan. And that will be our final example for this multiplication of radical expression.